the shiny coin. In a quiet, sunny meadow where dragonflies danced and wildflowers swayed in the breeze, there lived a happy little frog named Tibble. Tibble had smooth green skin, bright round eyes, and strong little legs that loved to leap from lily pad to lily pad in the sparkling stream nearby. One fine morning, when the sky was blue and the sun felt warm on the grass, Tibble was hopping through the meadow, looking for shiny pebbles or funny-shaped sticks. He loved finding tiny treasures hidden in the grass. He hopped once, boing. He hopped twice, boing. And on his third hop, plop, he landed right beside something very shiny poking up from the soft dirt. "Ooh," Tibble said, eyes wide. He leaned closer and brushed away a few blades of grass with his webbed fingers. It wasn't a pebble or a stick. It was round and glimmering and had swirly patterns all over it. It sparkled in the sunlight like a little sun of its own. "It's a coin," Tibble gasped. It was the most beautiful thing he had ever found. It wasn't just shiny, it looked special. The patterns on it made it seem like it came from a magical storybook. Tibble's heart leapt with excitement. "I have to show Pip." Pip was his very best friend, a tiny, chirpy birdie with feathers the color of toasted marshmallows and a beak that always looked like it was smiling. Pip loved collecting tiny feathers and acorns, and he loved stories even more. Tibble gently picked up the coin, being extra careful not to drop it, and hurried off through the tall grass to find Pip's favorite spot, a twisty branch that curled over the pond. "Pip! Pip!" Tibble called. Pip popped his head out of the leafy branch and fluttered down to land on a nearby mushroom. "Tibble, what's the hurry? You won't believe what I found," Tibble said, eyes shining. "Look." He held up the coin and turned it in the sunlight. It shimmered gold and silver, and Pip gasped. "Whoa!" Pip chirped. "It's beautiful. Where did you get it?" "Over near the old daisy patch," Tibble said proudly. "It was hiding under the grass." They both sat on the mossy ground, examining the coin closely. There was a picture of a tiny crown on one side and a funny twirly swirl on the other. "Do you think it came from a treasure chest?" Pip asked. "Maybe from a pirate frog?" Tibble guessed. "Or from the sky," Pip added with a flutter. "Maybe it fell from the moon." They giggled and made up all kinds of silly stories about the coin. Maybe it was a lucky token from a traveling squirrel magician, or a button from the coat of a cloud explorer, or even a fairy's pancake money. After a while, they decided to show the coin to their other friends, too. So Tibble tucked it gently into a little pouch made of leaves, and the two friends waddled and fluttered through the meadow, excited to share their shiny discovery. They showed it to Mallow the mouse, who squeaked and said, "It's the prettiest thing I've ever seen." They showed it to Bumble the badger, who said, "I think that's the kind of coin a forest king would use." And they showed it to Lolly the ladybug, who said, "Oh, it looks like a sparkle from the morning sun." When the day began to fade into soft pink skies, Tibble and Pip returned to the pond and sat side by side on a lily pad. They watched the fireflies twinkle and the water ripple gently. "I'm glad I found the coin," Tibble said with a happy sigh. "But I'm even gladder I got to share it with you." Pip leaned his little head against Tibble's shoulder. "That's the best part of treasures, sharing them." They sat quietly, the shiny coin resting beside them, catching the last golden rays of the sun. And in the gentle hush of evening, with frogs singing softly in the reeds and the stars peeking out above, the two friends knew they had made a memory that would sparkle forever, just like the coin.